name is Tim Strange. Welcome to another episode of the Strange Motion Way. Well, some of you know that we have another life outside of hot rods. It's BMX racing. I've been around BMX for like 30 years, and we've been back into it pretty full bore on some weekends where we get away from the hot rod world for about 10, 11 years. My wife races, and we actually run a full factory-level BMX race team. Well, one of the cool things about running a hot rod shop is from time to time you get to work with some of the OEM manufacturers, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, and build brand new projects for them for the SEMA show and for promotions around the country at other trade events. And behind me, we're going to take you around what we did for the last year's SEMA show, a 2014 Ford Transit Connect Wagon. So when we get these, they're usually brand new or pre-production models, so we don't really have a whole lot of time. The whole premise behind these vehicles to give to builders to build for the SEMA show is not really who can do the most work or who can really cut them up, because they want you to start with their design and just add some aftermarket stuff to it. So obviously at first, right off, we changed the color on it. This was a black vehicle. We changed it to our BMX race teams. They're orange and gray, orange and white all the time. We used Axalta paint finishes and did the paint and graphics on it. Another thing we did was we worked with Carriage Works. We sent them this whole surround, and they built us this cool billet grill. This was the first prototype, and now this is available through Carriage Works for your purchase. Another thing we did, again, since it's a brand new vehicle, we actually got this thing. We only had 5 weeks to build this thing when we were still working on other stuff in the shop. To make it look lower, we built the body kit and the ground effects. The original body comes to here, and we added, I think it was 2.5 or 2 3/4 inch. We built all this and mounted it to the body all the way around, side skirts and everything. This is the factory body, and we built all this to give the vehicle a lower look and a more of a performance feel. To go along with the more performance, we took the stock wheels that were on it, which were a 17-inch wheel on this model. We put 18-inch wheels. We put BF Goodrich tires on it, and Raceline, they made us a custom one-off wheel that was, we gave them the offset, the bolt pattern, and everything, and they machined, welded the offset in. This is not an off-the-shelf stock wheel. It's a stock wheel design. We had them put some powder coat and some brush finishes on it. And then we put on disc brake calipers from MGP, and they engraved our Strange Motion shop logo in there. So on the inside, we pretty much kept it simple because the Transit Connect Wagon has a really cool styled interior, so you didn't need to do nothing to the dash or the gauges or anything. Since we did get a little bit late and only had 5 weeks, we left the stock head unit in it because, again, the Ford sound system is really good. But we did have our friends at New South Motorsports install a full kicker sound system in the doors and the sliders, and we got some more cool stereo system in the back. We did add some seat covers and put some splash of color into the plastic doors. So on top, since it is a BMX race support rig, we worked with the company Yakima. That's whose booth that it was actually in at last year's SEMA and on display for the whole week. We got their crossbars, and they have this modular bike rack system that you can put more on. We actually have another set. We can haul 4 bikes up here, and then we got the storage tub. This is really good for putting up there when you're going to a race, because after a long race weekend, your helmet, your gear, your shoes, your pads really smell really, really bad. So when we're done, we put them up on top so you don't have to smell them on the way home. And on the top also is Carrie's 20-inch race bike. We both race 20 and 24-inch race bikes. These are standard race frames. They're the company that supports our factory-level BMX team along with Kicker Car Audio. And all the parts on here was put on here from Dan's Comp, another one of our team partners. So here's the cool thing about the Transit Connect Wagon. We got the doors. There's 2 doors that they offer. The cargo doors, and then the lift gate. We wanted the cargo doors for the race rig. Over here, we've got a set of park tools to work on your bicycle. Mounted on here, everything right there for you. Again, all the tools and equipment come from Dan's Comp. And over here, I built a park tool stand. Stays mounted to the rear door in between rounds at the races. put your bike right up here on the stand. The pole goes down and hits the ground for stability, and all of your tools are right over here. So here is our bike of choice for our Strange Motion Kicker BMX race team. We're fully supported from the Standard Bicycle Company. They have a bunch of different bike frames from stock to customs. Mine are custom because I'm a big guy, so they make me an extra long frame to make me fit. That's the good thing about Standard. They are made in America, and they're built right there so you can order whatever you want. All these parts that were put on here come from Dan's Comp, another one of our fine supporters of our race team. And on both rear doors, we have the Kicker amps that feed the whole stereo system mounted out of the way. So the cool thing about these Transit Connect wagons is they're kind of a smaller little baby SUV, but they have a ton of room in them. It does have a third row seats. They're kind of for little kids. We leave that folded down so we got plenty of room for coolers and tents and everything. But we made this tube rack that mounts in there so it hangs your gear in between rounds, your helmet, your jerseys, kind of airs them out. And then we also used from Kicker their pods that would normally be in a marine application that goes on the outside of ski boats, put some more speakers in here, and then we've got a couple small 8-inch subs here so we don't have a big sub box in here booming and taking up room at the bike track. To us, the little bit smaller base is worth the effort to have all this storage room in here. We really like it. We've taken it to a whole bunch of car events and BMX race events, and it's been went over very, very well, and we absolutely love it. And then from the back, you can see, again, this is part of the ground effects body kit that we custom made for this to make the vehicle look lower all the way around. And the Transit Connect wagon also has a hitch. You can pull small trailers. What we do is we have another Yakima bike rack that goes on here and haul 2 more bikes back here. So we can put all the gear, bike, tents, people, everything, and 6 bikes in this and go to an event. So if you haven't checked out BMX, you might want to check out usabmx.com. That's the United States sanctioning body, and that's where we're at when we're not at the hot rod events or the hot rod shop working. Thanks again for watching the Strange Motion Way.